Sabrina, the weather today was gorgeous, but again, tomorrow we are tracking some serious risks for some tornadoes and maybe even a chance to bring out those rain boots if you're going outside.
Yeah, probably need the rain boots, the rain gear, all of that. So there is that severe weather risk for tomorrow. A few different rounds we're going to be watching. Right now, those storms are over into Kansas right now, but that's just with the first round. So these storms in Kansas, they'll take a long time to dive down into far northern Oklahoma, and they'll sort of just skim the state for a short time, and then they'll start to move into northern Oklahoma. They'll die down, and then we'll watch for another round to develop in northern Oklahoma, dive across the state once again for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Not going to be completely widespread, but a lot of different times here we're watching. So I want to break it down for you with the different severe weather risks here that we are going to be watching. So with the storms that are moving in at least overnight into the early part of the morning, mainly just going to be clipping parts of our northwestern Oklahoma. I'm looking at after midnight with these storms, around 60-mile-per-hour winds. What I'm going to be watching just a bit more closely is going to be later in the afternoon into the evening until about 2-3 a.m. on your Monday. Here's the slight risk. So that is a level 2 on the scale of 1 to 5. And this risk here does include strong winds, large hail, and yes, also a low end tornado risk. It is a 2 on the scale of 1 to 10. So it is very much on the lower end. And we're mainly watching this when the storms first develop from about 2 o'clock until about 7 p.m. But then it'll start to transition over to that higher wind threat. We're looking at winds really where any of the storms are in the state up to 70 miles an hour. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some isolated wind gusts even in that 80-mile-per-hour range. Also could see some large hail as well. I know a lot to talk about. Let's break down on predictors so you can plan the rest of your weekend. We go into the early part of our morning for tomorrow. This is that complex I was mentioning over in Kansas. It starts to skim far northern Oklahoma early in the morning. It really doesn't get until about 6, 7, 8 o'clock that we start to see these storms dive down from Sealing, Enid over towards Ponca City. Now I think this first round mainly is going to be staying north of 40, but we'll have to watch closely as these storms try to skirt down towards Edmond, OKC by the mid to late part of the morning. A lot of heavy rainfall with this, and yes, we still could have some strong winds. Eventually that fizzles out and we get a break, you could see, for just a short window, especially earlier part of the afternoon. But we will have to watch for some isolated storms that'll be developing, and that's going to be by about 2, 3, 4 o'clock, as early as noon, but I think that better window is going to be about 3, 4 o'clock in northern Oklahoma. This is going to be that time frame that I'm watching just a bit more closely, and just watch how explosive these storms are. They fire up and they expand in coverage very quickly. During the evening hours, we'll watch these storms move down towards the southeast and towards the south, and this is when we're watching for that tornado risk. We're also watching for that high wind potential, but also a lot of heavy rainfall too. You're looking at roughly around 1 to 3 inches depending on where you are. Closer to midnight now, these storms going to be pushing down towards the southeast. That round of severe weather is over with, and then by Monday morning, another round moving in from the west. So here's a breakdown of what I'm watching for tomorrow's risk. Again, afternoon into the overnight is going to be the biggest time frame. Mainly watching that strong wind potential, flash flooding risk, and also that low tornado risk. Remember, 2 rounds of storms I'm talking about, but I'm mainly watching the afternoon and evening just a touch more closely. Like I said, a lot of heavy rainfall. Flood watch here for really western into central Oklahoma. That's because of how much rain we're seeing. A lot of us seeing roughly around 1 to 2 inches of rain, especially northern into central Oklahoma. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few isolated areas closer to even 5 to 6 inches. Today, though, we're quiet, we're dry for the rest of this evening. 89 right now, sunny skies, light winds, not too bad for a Saturday evening. Most of us are either in the upper 80s, low 90s, so it feels like a typical July summer in Oklahoma. Any plans this evening? You're going to be just fine. You don't have to worry about any rain chances. That's going to be tomorrow. Overnight temperatures falling into the 60s to right around 70, and then our high temperatures for tomorrow really going to be 70s and 80s to the north because of the rain. The rest of us are going to be in the 90s. So again, watching for that first round late tonight, but even more so watching tomorrow afternoon into the evening. And then we actually have some less hot weather by the time we get to Monday because more rain, storms, northerly winds. Tuesday rain chances continue. Temperatures stay in the 80s.